Hey, how's everybody doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction. This is my garage door. Pretty thrilling, huh? When I last left you in part five, which was about 11 months ago, um, I was going over a lot of things on converting a home garage into a suitable detailing area. I have made some changes and amendments to my initial videos. This will be the last installment until perhaps one day I actually do some of the things that I would really like to do. Unfortunately, that's not always possible. And I'll show you why. Da da da. So, here is an overview. Yes, I'm in the sun. Garage lighted, but still shady. And I'm just going to take you straight away and go over some of the items. So, first off, I tried to dress things up a little bit. Second off, I tried to organize with a variety of different hooks and brackets and whatnot, get some things up off the floor that didn't need to be taking up space. Again, when you have a garage, I believe this is about 600 square feet. It's a 2.5 car garage. You're going to have to make amends on certain things. I've got shelving. I've got my compressor. Things that you might want to keep in mind. If you're going to be running compressor hoses like my Flexzilla over there, which is a 50-footer, you may or may not have the ability to have your compressor be mobile. This Makita does have wheels. I know it's some weird shadows with me in there. Sorry about that. But this is a nice, sensible place for the Model 520. I know it's in the shade. 3-horse, 5.2 gallons, 6.5 CFM at 90 PSI. This will run the Tornador quite well. I have the vacuum attachment on the Tornador Black. Get that a little better for you. And I really use this a lot. I've put the swivel base. When you set it down, it kind of gets the cord out of your way a little bit easier, the hose, I should say. And I really love this tool, both used as just the basic Tornador Black, or it takes about 2 minutes to put the vacuum attachment on, and then I can put the hose on that. I have added an extension hose, and then I can put that on my rigid shop vac, which I use for wet only. I can also, this is my Adic Endeavor. This is a 2000 PSI dual motor, no heat extractor. Again, it's on wheels. I can move it, but I've got the 50-foot high pressure hose for the water or solution, and I've got a 50-foot vacuum hose on it. These attach here. You adjust the pressure, put the vacuum hose here, and as you can see, I had someone say, "You're a liar, you don't have a 2000 PSI extractor." Yes, I do, because this is for grout cleaning. So got the cords, got the water, got the pump, a little hard to see there, but pump out the back, and this can be laid down flat too. It's got wheels there, but it weighs 175 pounds, and I'm not going anywhere with it. So it just lives there. It stays there while I'm working. I do back it out a little bit. I've got a slight slope out into the driveway. 2 vehicles. Sold the Honda since I last was with you. So anyway, yeah, to make sure it doesn't roll, I've got a little brick there. While mentioning that, something just occurred to me, but I suddenly have lost my train of thought. But this, I've been doing a lot of interiors. I don't love interiors, but I've been doing quite a lot of them. And it really makes life easy when you've got dual motors. Now I remember what I was thinking over here on the shelf. If your extractor does not have a heating element, this Jasale bucket heater, really, really nice. I just put it right into the machine, and then I can have hot water extraction. Real simple. Instead of buying, more expensive, complicated machine. Might be something you want to think about. So I'll just kind of start from this side. Organization, having things together. This is a plus. Having your electric cords up and out of your way. I do have the wind-up wheel apparatus that, you can keep your cords on. And like I said, you want to get things up out of your way. I use these 2. These are really for showers, right? For, maybe an elderly person. I bought them both, I think, for $25 each or something like that. Maybe the smaller one was a bit less. Here in Florida, we have a lot of senior community, and people pass away, and then it goes to the thrift stores, and you can get these super cheap instead of spending the big bucks. I like this one. It's tall, it's got the handle, it's got the back, and it's got a fair amount of space. That's probably about a little better than 2 feet long. So things like brooms and brushes, things like that can be up out of the way. There's my paint correction lights up out of the way. I have everything pretty much from, this point back is just all detailing other than some tools. This garage has been through a couple reiterations, but it's nice that I also built myself these brackets for shelving. I mounted these and made myself out of some just fairly thin wood that was fairly inexpensive. Everything here is a shoestring. I see some of these detailing, studios, online and stuff like that. And people have beautiful shops and complex lighting features and, photo ready, areas. And, hey, I don't, maybe I will someday, but I don't now. But this is a functional working area. Like I said, I've got some, toolboxes and things like that. I do use them if I'm, taking seats out of a vehicle, things like that. I've got a variety of tools. I've got a variety of boxes. I've got a variety of toolboxes there. So it's nice to have those handy, and just for, general garage shop work as well. I did plastic and tape off my concrete ventilation there. And then these 2 shelves are basically, once I, correct and coat vehicles, I have quite a few clientele that have me come on a, bi-weekly or monthly basis. And so pretty much everything I need to grab is right here. I've got my polishers. I've got all my carpet, interior type things, a variety of brushes, a variety of carpet brushes on the Harbor Freight Rotary. It's very stout. I live near the beach, between Clearwater and St. Pete Beach. And so I have put this backing plate on a old, partially not functioning. The speed control is kind of messed up on one of my Harbor Freight, backup DAs. And so when you turn this on and it can't go, it rotates, but not, it just, I should say it vibrates, and it vibrates the sand up. Little tip for you there if you're looking to get sand and debris out of carpets, floor mats, seats, things like that. If you're in a sandy area, it just stalls, it vibrates, and you will see the sand just be popping up, and you can vacuum at the same time. I also just knocked off the shelf a variety of other brushes. I've got other brushes here. Here's, a leather brush, big bag of all different kinds of brushes, assortments, everything from brass brushes to a lot of other different types, right? Got the small bucket for quick and easy wheel detailing. I will say these detail guards get you in the light a little bit better. Best thing I ever bought for like $25 for a set of 4. They're very stout. You can actually kind of roll on them and they don't break. They're really, really heavy duty plastic. And then they have the roller for hoses and cords and things like that. If one does go up, you press these in the corners of the tires when you have it parked and slip them in, and voila, all your cords flow right past your tires and you'll never be frustrated again. Some vacuums. I have a big vacuum bag. I've got, all my pet hair kind of removal stuff. I did watch some of my older videos that I made, so I kind of got a bunch of dirt and debris in my old leaf blower. So this is the new Works 521 800 CFM. When you turn this on high, you better be hanging on to it because it puts out a lot of air, which blows the car dry essentially. I do most of my washing with distilled water and ONR. This here is my Airless paint sprayer from Harbor Freight. It's been working flawlessly for, I think I'm probably coming up on 3 years or so with that. Absolutely love that. Variety of buckets and all that, tools. So we've gone kind of around the garage. I have skipped over purposely, trying to dress up a few areas. I've got, this cool iron heavy duty outlet cover just with a motorcycle on it. I do a fair amount of bikes. I've got a Indian that I'm doing this next week. So I've got a key holder here where people's keys go. Would I have liked to mount it on there? Yeah, but with the backing on this, I just found it a bit difficult. I do come from a family, a long line of, yes, I am Jeff Jackson, of car mechanics, and my grandfather owned a dealership, which is this mirror, and I will take you in here. Jackson's Automotive Service on Mechanic Street in Carthage. That's upstate New York, almost Canada. Back then, you only needed 3 digits to dial 705. And this is the Hudsons that he sold at the dealership. He was really into the Hudsons. The only car you step down into, the new Hudson. And that is where you stepped over the rocker panel and you went down into the floor of the car. So you kind of stepped over and down. It's kind of cool, but I really love and would never do, anything. The mirror is not perfect. It's got some missing pieces. It's got a crack there. But, this is my little office space. When I have people here at the house, I absolutely love to, have them come in. I've got a workspace. I've got all my microfiber towels in here. I've got glass towels. I've got coating, polish removal towels. This is my maintenance bag for having my, obviously maintenance. And in here I've got a variety of towels, drying towels, a bunch of applicators, things like that. My pipettes for the ceramic coating. Absolutely love these for interiors. These mitts, I spray them down with O&R and just do a wipe down to get off the initial dirt, debris, dust. I've got 3 different large plastic containers here where I've got all my rotary stuff, all my 5-inch stuff. Actually, those are applicators. All my 5-inch stuff here and my 3-inch stuff for the polishers there. Run fans all the time because it's hot. I will get to that. This wall, put some open. And so, yeah, it's my garage, my rules. Cool car one here. Route 66 with the cool car. California dreaming. And again, hey, Indian motorcycles, like I just mentioned. This NGK I picked up years ago. Love that tin sign. Mentioning the heat, yes, that is all still open. I did not close it off with plastic. It would be problematic to try to do that. In that, I would have to close off all of that area as well. It's storage. Sometimes I need to get up in there. I didn't want to close it off with plastic. There, as I had told you in previous videos, now that we're at 17 minutes, and I'll try and not go too much longer here, but here is my heater, air conditioner, dehumidifier. Here is the window where I thought it was going to be possible to put it in. It's not. I've got my washer and dryer area right here. This stuff is amazing if you have rodent problems, since I once did. Absolutely great pellets to feed the mice, rats, and possibly squirrels that get up in your soffit joints, things like that. I think that pretty much covers the walls, the ceiling. Here is my light system. These are 4-foot lights I bought off Amazon. I made and painted these wood strips so that I could hang them from the ceiling. And all of them are the exact same height. There's 1, 2, and as long as I am showing you, I wanted to drop the garage door here. So, when you last saw this, the lights were on the kitchen sink and ready to be installed. I put them all on the same line. I did the 2 lines for these 2. There's light number 4, and we're back to light number 1, right? So they all come in, they all have switches, but I didn't need any of those because I tied it all into this light switch. Hey, look, cool cars, right? And voila, I control all 4 lights just with 1 light switch. Speaking of light switches, yes, I did kind of go wild and get light switches for all of them. Another cool light switch, another cool light switch, and voila. So if I'm gonna kind of back into this corner. So you can see light number 1, light number 2, light number 3, and light number 4. And you'll notice that they're all at an angle, right? They're all at an angle pointing inward. You can see that tape mark, that tape mark, that tape mark, and this tape mark. I am able to fit at an angle. This is straightaway. I went at an angle because after doing various measurements And as I mentioned in part 5, I had a Alpina edition BMW XB7 or X7B. I'm sorry, I kind of switched things up. I'm dyslexic. Give me a break. And I was able to, without those marcasite pegboards that I just don't have anywhere to put, but I don't want to get rid of them, and only if I have a big vehicle, and all I do is just slide them and put them next to the dryer. It's no big deal. So I have these 3 pieces on rollers. You can see where this would be the driver's side if I was pulling in forward, driver's side front tire. And what I did is, once I got that car and backed it up and actually gave myself a little marker indicator here where I needed to line up the edge of the car, basically, I found that this gave me the biggest area because I have this open area down here. Do I want to be smushed up with the entire front bumper on the wall? No. And that way, this gave me the extra space. Those are all on wheels. That's my only kind of problem area for a very large vehicle. I've got a Silverado 3500 dually that I'm going to polish and put Undercoat Pro on, or Underdog Pro on rather. And so anyway, in a nutshell, this works for me. You may want to consider this and take some measurements and look at all your angles. You may find the same type of situation. Although if this room didn't have, if the garage didn't have that opening, it would be a little different. Also on the flooring, I had these rubberized mats. I bought them long ago at an office kind of warehouse used supply store. They have new and used. It's in downtown St. Pete in like an industrial area. And these are nice. They trap the dirt. They've got ridges. I'll bring you in on a close-up here. Yes, I may not have Swiss tracks, but this is easy to clean. The water moisture content of the cement was too high to be able to put a paint down like my Shield epoxy that I was touting when I last did this video series. And anyway, I'm over it. I'm going to live with it. It doesn't look all that great. There is a Rhino cement paint that may or may not work. But you know, when it came down to it, I just decided it wasn't necessary. May I paint this sometime this winter? I may try the Rhino out. But I did put this flooring down, which just kind of controls the dirt and the dust. I've got it, spread out as best I could. I made sections and cuts, which kind of makes a little more sense for my whole, diagonal format. So anyway, that's the wrap up. I think I've covered everything. There's some things that I would like better in this. I would like all of my ceiling all closed off, all that wall around the whole air conditioning system, which, sits right over the garage, which is not ideal, but it's what I have to deal with. And anyway, now that I'm at 24 minutes, I'm just going to give you the flip side. I appreciate each of you. I thank all of the comments. Sometimes I get some pretty wild stuff. But I hope this is, giving you a few thoughts. I know I kind of ramble. I know I go all over the place. Forgive me on that. It's who I am and how I operate. But I hope I've triggered some ideas maybe of similar situations you might be in, trying to clean up a home garage and, have it as your first detailing step into being a professional. COVID forced me out of the personal training business, and I've run with this. I'm extremely busy. I've been doing great work. I've been just dying, or I've just been flowed with so many clients that are just dying to, book and stuff like that. I'm a few weeks booked out most of the time. So anyway, it's all good. This garage could be better. I lived with it all summer the way it is. It wasn't that bad. It's beautiful out here now in the wintertime in Florida. So, you know, make do with what you've got. If I was up north, I would definitely have some sort of heating element in there. But until next time, enjoy making your vehicles and your garage beautiful. Be sure and hit the notification bell. Bing! So that you get updated on great new videos. Give me a like, comment, please. Give me some nice comments. It helps my analytics, helps the channel grow. I can help more people. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you on the flip side. And there's the flip side.